Old age doesn't arrive overnight. It comes quietly through slower steps, fading memory, stiff joints in the morning, or restless, broken sleep. We often accept these signs as just part of getting older, as if they're unavoidable. But what if your body isn't simply aging? What if it's trying to speak to you, asking for help? And what if, by listening closely, you could slow down or even reverse the aging process? Here's the most surprising part. The key to staying strong, sharp, and full of life might be hidden in a simple can of sardines, a humble food often overlooked, underestimated, or rejected for being cheap or too fishy. But today, we'll uncover the truth. In this video, you'll discover 7 silent signs that your body is on the right track to living a longer, healthier life, and why sardines, yes, sardines, could become your most powerful ally in that journey. You may be surprised how a tiny choice at the dinner table can transform your entire future, not just how long you live, but how well you live. And that journey toward a better, brighter, more vibrant you starts right now.
Sign 1. The fishy smell. Not a flaw, but a sign of life. When you open a can of sardines, many people instinctively recoil. That unmistakable fishy smell can be off-putting, even offensive to some. But have you ever wondered, why does it smell like that? And is it really something to fear? The truth is that very smell is living proof of something precious. Sardines are incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, essential nutrients that protect your heart, nourish your brain, and reduce inflammation throughout the body. The fishy scent isn't a flaw, it's a trace of life, the aroma of the ocean, of nature in its purest form. We've grown so accustomed to food that's deodorized, color-enhanced, and perfectly packaged that we fear what's natural. But remember this, your body doesn't need perfect-looking food. It needs real nutrition inside. A wise person doesn't judge a book by its cover, and we shouldn't judge a can of sardines by its scent. If you can move past that initial hesitation, you'll discover one of nature's most powerful natural medicines for healthy aging, sharper thinking, and lifelong vitality.
Sign number 2. Are canned foods just poor man's food? A misunderstanding that's stealing health from the elderly. In the minds of many, canned foods, especially canned fish, are often associated with 2 things, being cheap and lacking nutrition. We grow up with the belief that the fresher the better, and that anything sealed in a can has lost its vitality and wholeness, seen only as a temporary fix in times of need. But is that true for all canned foods, especially sardines? In fact, this is a harmful misconception. Modern canning technology not only keeps food safe for long-term storage, but also activates nutritional benefits that fresh foods can't always provide. Sardines are the clearest example. When sardines are steamed and canned under high pressure, their bones soften and become completely edible, releasing a rich source of natural calcium, more easily absorbed than calcium tablets. Not only that, healthy fats like omega-3, along with vitamin D, B12 and selenium, are preserved almost entirely, all packed inside a small can, ready to support the health of older adults. We often spend millions of dong every month on health supplements, calcium for bones, omega-3 for the heart, CoQ10 for energy, vitamin D for absorption. But sometimes the truth is far simpler. One quality can of sardines may provide everything your body needs in a natural, balanced, and highly absorbable form. It's ironic that we easily believe in shiny capsules with expensive marketing, yet doubt a humble fish that has nourished generations before us. The elderly don't need fancy superfoods, they need what's real, wholesome and effective. Instead of looking down on canned sardines as poor man's food, we should see them as a forgotten nutritional treasure. Because sometimes what helps us live longer, healthier lives isn't something expensive, but something simple and true.
Sign number 3. Cheap doesn't mean inferior. Sardines and the invisible class bias on our plates.
In modern culture, we often judge the nutritional value of food by its price tag.
The more expensive or exotic a dish is, the more likely it is to be labelled as premium or nutritious. Meanwhile, affordable, everyday foods, like canned sardines, are often dismissed as poor man's fare, lacking sophistication and unworthy of a place on a refined dining table. But is the truth really that simple? In reality, sardines are not cheap because they are low in quality, they're affordable because nature designed them that way. Sardines reproduce quickly, have short life cycles, and feed simply on plankton. This abundance makes them easy to harvest with minimal mercury or toxin buildup compared to larger fish. In other words, they're not fish for the poor, they are nature's generous gift to everyone. While many spend hundreds of thousands of dong on imported salmon or tuna, they often forget that a humble can of sardines is packed with omega-3, vitamin D, B12, calcium and selenium, precisely the nutrients aging bodies need most. These aren't just vitamins, they're essential allies for heart health, strong bones, memory and blood sugar control in the later years of life. The truth is this: the value of food lies not in its appearance or cost, but in its power to nourish life from within. A simple meal of sardines, whole grain bread and fresh greens can offer more lasting value than a lavish banquet filled with beautifully plated but nutrient-poor dishes. Instead of chasing after glamour, perhaps it's time we pause and give respect to what truly sustains us. Sardines need no embellishment. Their humble simplicity is, in fact, a symbol of dietary wisdom, eating not to impress, but to live well, live long, and live fully from the inside out.
Sign number 4. Expensive supplements. Can they really compete with a simple can of sardines? We are living in the age of the capsule of hope, a time when health is neatly packaged into glossy supplement bottles with sky-high prices and relentless marketing promises. From imported omega-3 pills to pure CoQ10, from multivitamins to anti-aging collagen, each one is sold as a golden key to a healthier body. But have you ever asked yourself, are all of these truly necessary? Or are they just complicated substitutes for something far simpler? The answer may surprise many. A humble can of sardines, costing just a fraction of a supplement bottle, can actually outperform many expensive health products. Why? Because while most capsules deliver only 1 or 2 isolated nutrients, sardines offer a natural synergy of essentials. Omega-3s, EPA and DHA, vitamin D, B12, selenium, calcium, CoQ10, all in perfect harmony and ratios your body can absorb with ease. This isn't just a question of nutrition, it's a question of how we think and how we choose. Supplements, while convenient, are still industrial products, distanced from nature's rhythm. Sardines, on the other hand, are nature's original gift from the sea. No additives, no hype, just quiet power if we choose to trust it. The irony is this: many people trust pills because they're expensive, not necessarily because they're better. And in doing so, they overlook a time-tested traditional food that nourished generations before us, simply because it's too familiar, too modest. But often, simplicity is the highest form of wisdom. This is not a crusade against supplements, but let's remember, true health doesn't have to come with a long and complicated receipt. A wise choice is one that balances real value with real need. And if you listen closely, your body might just tell you that a small, humble can of sardines could be one of your greatest allies in living well and living deeply. Sign number 5. When bones speak. Sardines and the secret to a pain-free old age. What is one of the greatest fears when old age arrives? It's not wrinkles, it's not grey hair. It's weak bones, aching joints, and the painful slowness that creeps into every step. Many elderly people grow used to feeling exhausted after climbing stairs, struggling to sit or stand, and constantly living with the fear of falling, because just one fall can turn a life of independence into one of dependency. Everyone talks about calcium when it comes to bone health, but few understand this crucial truth. Calcium doesn't reach the right places on its own. It needs a guide. And that guide is vitamin D, a nutrient severely lacking in older adults, especially those who stay indoors and lead sedentary lifestyles. The surprising truth? A small can of sardines contains both of these key elements: calcium from the soft, edible bones, and natural vitamin D from the fish's meat and oil. Even more, sardines are rich in phosphorus, high-quality protein, and omega-3 fatty acids, all essential for maintaining muscle mass and slowing down bone loss. Many turn to milk for calcium, yet milk can cause bloating or digestive discomfort in seniors, especially those who are lactose intolerant. Others take calcium supplements, but without sufficient vitamin D, calcium absorption becomes inefficient, and worse, it can end up in the wrong places, like the kidneys or blood vessels. That's why sardines offer a smarter, more natural solution, all nutrients bundled together in the right ratio and easily absorbed. The beauty of sardines lies not just in supplementation, but in prevention. They help keep bones strong, joints flexible, and the body sturdier with each passing day. No more hunching from spinal pain, no more hesitation when facing stairs or slippery floors. In our later years, the goal isn't merely to live longer, but to live stronger. And sometimes, that strength begins with the smallest of habits, like adding sardines to your meals just a few times a week.
Sign number 6, when blood sugar fluctuates, and sardines quietly become the guardian of balance. As we age, our bodies become increasingly sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations. Some people feel tired, foggy, or even dizzy by midday, just from having a sugary milk tea or a bowl of noodles for breakfast. It's not due to hunger, but because their blood sugar is swinging up and down uncontrollably. And the danger? Most of us don't even realize it, until it's too late. Prediabetes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. All these conditions often begin with a quiet imbalance, one that doesn't show loud symptoms but silently wears down health day by day. This is where sardines quietly step in, acting as a gatekeeper that helps stabilize the flow of energy within the body. Steady, smooth, and without chaos. Why are sardines capable of this? Because they are rich in protein, healthy fats, omega-3, and virtually free of carbohydrates, the golden trio when it comes to controlling post-meal blood sugar. When you eat sardines alongside rice, bread, or other carb-rich foods, the protein and fat in the sardines slow down the absorption of sugar, preventing sudden spikes and crashes, which are often the cause of fatigue and hunger soon after eating. But it doesn't stop there. Omega-3 and vitamin D in sardines also help improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body uses sugar more efficiently and effectively. This is one of the most important factors in preventing prediabetes from progressing into full-blown diabetes. A European study found that people who ate sardines 2-3 times per week had a 30% lower risk of developing diabetes compared to those who didn't, and even better results than those who only took omega-3 supplements. Why? Because the synergistic nutrients in whole sardines are more effective than isolated compounds in a pill. The best part? Blood sugar stability doesn't just protect your heart, brain, and kidneys. It also keeps your mind clear, your mood balanced, and your energy steady. In other words, sardines don't just take care of your bloodstream, they help keep your spirit in balance too. In the quiet battle against blood sugar imbalance, you don't always need expensive weapons. Sometimes, all it takes is a small friend from the ocean, the humble sardine. Sign number 7. When memory falters and sardines become the brain's silent ally. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you came? Or found yourself in the middle of a conversation only to forget a familiar name? These moments of forgetfulness may seem harmless at first, but over time they can become a lingering worry. Is my brain getting weaker? Is aging slowly stealing my memory, my sharpness, and even my inner strength? The truth is, cognitive decline is not inevitable, and sardines, seemingly just a humble food, are quietly helping millions maintain their brain health every single day. So why do sardines have such a remarkable impact on the brain? First, sardines are among the richest natural sources of DHA, a crucial omega-3 fatty acid that makes up over 40% of the brain's fat structure. DHA doesn't just maintain the brain's architecture,
It also ensures smooth transmission of nerve signals, helping you think clearly, remember swiftly, and react sharply. Second, sardines provide a potent dose of vitamin B12, essential for maintaining the myelin sheath, the protective layer around your nerves, much like insulation around electrical wires. Without enough B12, memory issues can arise, and prolonged deficiency may even lead to irreversible nerve damage. Third, we must mention vitamin D, a nutrient directly linked to cognitive function and emotional well-being. Studies show that low levels of vitamin D are associated with forgetfulness, depression, and a higher risk of Alzheimer's in older adults. Sardines, with their natural vitamin D content, help fill that gap in a sustainable, healthy way. Together, DHA, B12, vitamin D form a golden triangle that protects the brain, combats aging, and preserves memory. When regularly consumed through sardines, this trio doesn't just help your brain stay alert, it helps you stay sharp, lucid, and aware, traits that define true character and maturity. Because living a long life is one thing, but living with your full memory, your clarity, and your ability to understand and feel everything around you, that is the real gift.
And sometimes true miracles don't come from clinics or expensive pills. They come quietly, from the simplest things, like a humble can of sardines on a grocery store shelf. We've just explored 7 silent signs that your body may be on the right path toward a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. And surprisingly, sardines, a food often overlooked, might just be your quiet but powerful ally on that journey. From your heart, bones, brain, blood sugar to memory, sardines don't just help you live longer, they help you live better, with more energy, clarity, and independence. So the next time you're walking through the supermarket and your eyes pause at a can of sardines, remember everything you've learnt today. Because that little can isn't just food, it might be the smartest health investment you make for yourself and your loved ones. Now, what about you? Do you eat sardines regularly each week? Share your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more life-changing health secrets and tips for aging strong and living fully. See you in the next video, where every moment takes you closer to a healthier, happier you.